That's what you console fanboys do. And when I say console fanboys, I'm defining whom I'm talking about. I'm talking about the console fanboys who do what I'm describing in this video. So don't everyone get all butthurt and get their ass cheeks. Don't get offended if you're not an offender. All right?
And this is the other half of it. Like, I understand that this doesn't apply to all console gamers, but it is typically a console gamer mentality that just doesn't go away, mainly because of brand loyalty. So, right here, console players, they just don't get it. And the funny thing about this is, back when I was a console player, I also had this mentality, and I could see how easy it is to fall into it. What I don't understand is still falling into it today when all the consoles out, minus the Nintendo Switch, are basically PCs. They're try-hard PCs. So it's like, can you really still be talking shit when your console has been dying to be PC like since 7th gen? And it's funny how, like, way back in the day, the explanations for, like, oh, like the arguments about frame rates and graphics didn't matter for console because they weren't powerful enough for it to matter. We just had games that PCs didn't get. But as soon as consoles started getting more RAM and uh, better graphics APUs or video cards or whatever you want to call it, then all of a sudden they start sounding like PC gamers. Because back in my day, PC gaming, like back in 2012, when I not 2012, 2014, when I first got into PC gaming, that's when I started learning things about CPUs and the roles that they play in game design or game performance, RAM. Back when RAM was the thing you needed the most before video or graphics cards took up the chunk of the performance needed, and what type of graphics cards you get. You're going to go with NVIDIA and use the Jet Force stuff, the PhysX stuff, or you're going to go with AMD. Is cheaper, runs a little bit hotter, but there was a whole discussion there. Despite how much more PC-ified consoles have become, the console mentality remains seemingly stronger than ever. Which I honestly don't believe. I think a lot of these console players now are just bots. Like, because Sony has made so much money. Same thing with Microsoft. They've made so much money. I think they pay these people. They pay them to go out here and just shill endlessly for their brand. Because now I say they're bots because they all say the same thing. At least back in the day, console uh fanboys, they had their own unique delusional perspective. Back with the Black Bond and the Blackbuster Critic days, where these guys were just like endlessly talking about none of the stuff they made sense, but you could see like this guy really believes that. Now they all say the same thing. I've on Twitter, every other thread I'm involved with. It just takes 2 minutes to make an account. You don't have 120 seconds. Like, uh, why are you guys so upset that I want to leave? No, you guys are the same ones that bitch. Like, as soon as PC gets a PS4 game, you're like, ha ha, sloppy seconds, fuck off. You don't even get to play the new games. I'm like, well, whatever. PC gamers are the kings of waiting. We would rather wait for a better game, even though a lot of these games never fucking work. But that aside, we'll wait for a better experience. But now that Helldivers has brought so much more appeal to the PlayStation platform with this, it's made by PlayStation, which I gave them props. But now they want to force their console mindset onto the PC platform. The consolification of the PC platform, which is an open platform. But here's the funny thing about PC, Lady Justice. PCs are very affordable. And we've been saying this forever. But no one listens to the PC guy because we're so elitist. And yeah, we are for the memes. Back when memes were like funny surrounding it, but now that everyone has a PC like console, like, yeah, so you got money for a $500-600 console, but not a $400 PC. Whatever. The problem is that there is a skill issue when it comes to PC. You just don't buy one. Why don't the PlayStation guys understand why the PC guys don't want to make an account? Because for the longest time, because of fuckers like them, PC has been constantly under siege. First, we didn't matter. First, nothing. First, the PC market was irrelevant. There was no point in trying to appease us. But since your consoles got so shitty, you decided the only way you could make money is to finally come over and give the PC guys what you've been neglecting us for so long, even though we didn't need it. I was like, we could just go get a console, but hey, we'll take it. Of course, that was your Trojan horse. Yeah, we'll give you these console games if you sign into this launcher. I don't know who did it first, but I think it was either Ubisoft or EA. And a lot of the discussions that I've been seeing on Twitter where these guys were like, so you guys will buy all, you'll do all that stuff, but you ain't got a problem with it, but you got a problem with PS4. Xbox can do it, but PlayStation can't. Ubisoft can do it, but PlayStation can't. First of all, you weren't there. When they did it, we also didn't like it. We didn't like it when Ubisoft made Uplay. We didn't like it when EA made Origin. We didn't like it when Rockstar made the Rockstar launcher. We didn't like it when Epic did the Epic launcher. We hated all of it. You want to know why? Because PC is an open platform. Unfortunately for you, Steam just beat you to the punch. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't compete with Steam, but the problem is you're not competing. You're just trying to section off your little part of this by making a worse product that doesn't really ever compete with Steam. I made videos about the Epic Game Store when it first came out, and all these fuckers were doing was just signing deals and sucking up as many games as they want, Shenmue 3, so that Steam just couldn't have it. So I'm like, okay, so you're not even really competing. You're just out here taking what you can and then building the launcher later. Launcher sucks, by the way. At the time, didn't even have a cart. None of this shit worked. And it's just like, look, I don't have a problem with you guys making a launcher. Just make it something that I'm willing to play. Is it better than Steam? What does it offer that Steam doesn't offer? Jack shit. It's just a walled garden for your games. That's it. Just like when Microsoft tried to do it when Windows 10 first came out. They were like, we're going to do the Windows store. Come over here to Windows. None of us got on board. What do they end up doing? Releasing their games on Steam. Why? Because they I would say they suck, but they don't suck. They just had ulterior motives, and we were just like, no, thank you. They don't get it. Console players are so whipped and controlled. You guys are slaves. You guys don't know what freedom is. You guys shiver at the thought, huh? Personal responsibility. I can do what I want. No, put me back in my crib, my PlayStation crib, my Nintendo crib, my Xbox crib. The world's scary out there. The PC guys are like, yeah, fuck it. I'll do what I want. I'm a grown ass man. I bought this thing. You don't just get to ban me because you feel some type of way. It's important to understand how your technology works. You own your technology. That's the other thing that console gamers don't get. They don't own their system. They used to, but they sacrificed all that when they bought into the whole digital future. And that's the other part about this that they don't get. Digital doesn't mean ownership. You guys have completely waived that shit. With PC, it kind of made sense that we didn't really do much with physical because of how much control we had. It's like we get our games cheaper and they run better and we have access to the files and we could do this and we could do that. And there were ways for us to get the game cheaper. I didn't mind console games being more expensive because we got a whole lot more. Yeah, I may not be able to change the I files in the game, but I got the book, I got the disc, I got the case, and if I wanted to make some money, I could sell it back on the market. Can't do that with no digital code, PC plebs. Fair exchange. But now that consoles are PCs, you guys don't even get that. And here you come over here trying to push more of your gay shit. Sony might be the worst company involved in gaming now, no small feat. Yeah, when Microsoft exists. It's like, geez, it's like they're constantly trying to one up each other. Like, how much worse can we make gaming? $70 for a digital license that can be revoked at any time is insane. And once again, Console players just don't get it. Like, and their mind is so A B, and then they're just they can't wrap their mind around it. They just don't understand. Just make an account. It's like, bro, that's why you don't even waste your time talking to these people. They don't get it. It's like, and what's funny is how much energy they spend bitching at us for wanting to leave. Look, you should be like, well, bye, go get out of here, you freaking PC plebs. Even though you guys are literally the backbone of this game's life right now. What was that, 45 or 450,000 players at launch? You're welcome. And all Sony, and you gotta love their excuse, lying through their ass once again. This is for the safety of shut up. As many times as you've been hacked aside, I'm not even gonna use that because that's too easy. Let's just move that to the side. It's not about security. Again, console people will buy that because they're idiots. They don't know anything about security on their system. PC players, however, I have control over that more so than the console people. So how can an account protect me? Hell, I need protection from you. I don't want I don't want you to have any control over what I'm able to do here. That's why. That's the reason, console fanboys. I don't need a nanny telling me what I can and can't do on a game that I bought. So it's not surprising when I hear all of these console fanboys constantly try, and the reason why they're so anal about it is because they don't want us to leave. They please stay, you guys. Come on, man. We need the numbers. We Galactic War, guys. It's like no, we're past that. Eh, See the difference between PC gamers and console gamers. One of us pays attention to shit. One of us cares about how we're treated. You know, we're not cool with being involved in this abusive relationship where a company just does whatever they want to us and we have no way of fighting back. Can you guys even get a refund on Sony games? The last high profile example I saw of that was Cyberpunk. And the only reason you guys got refunds on that is because of how far they were trying to fuck you, to the point where other people were like, yo, like we had to come down and say, this is not right. Demand a refund. Stop letting them get away with this. They sold you a game that don't work. Like what, how much more do we have to show you before you realize you're being taken advantage of? There are community posts circulating on how to demand a refund from Steam. And this is something that Steam users, PC players have always done. Steam was the first place to do refunds and actually build something around that. Oh, okay, you can have the game for up to 14 days, play it for 2 hours. 2 hours is plenty of time to see if the game is worth a damn or not, especially if it has bad performance or it's not what you were expecting. So console players just don't get it. You guys don't get it. And I don't think you ever will because you guys have this weird obsession with following brands. You know, you trust Microsoft in an unhealthy fashion. You think Sony is just the best thing ever. You think Nintendo loves you. There's a video I'm going to repost. I made it years ago called Games or Gaming. And watching that video again, that's probably the best video I've ever made on this channel. Whenever it comes to gaming, because it's so true. People put so much stock into games rather than the actual hobby of gaming itself. We care so much about this franchise, and then the franchise turns into dog shit. But we loved it so much. How could this have happened? Fanboys are the absolute worst. Yeah, because it's like you have no expectations, you have no standards. You're just grateful that it exists, and it's just like no wonder everything's turning into shit. And there are so many of you. This is the part that burns me up. There's so many of you that is starting to affect us. And when something good does come along, like these people are so used to abusing the hell out of you, and they've completely toxified their environment. It's literally Fallout over there on the PlayStation. and so they ain't making enough money over there anymore. So they gotta come to PC. And it's like it's sad. It's like, dude, if I had known this was gonna be the case, stay the fuck over there. Like I said, gaming heals when like things just have to go back to the way they were. And I know people don't like to hear that. Like this whole thing of, oh, we can all be inclusive, we can all be friends. No, clearly we cannot, because if you're gonna come to another area, you have to abide by the rules of that area. We will gladly give you money for your games, but that's all we want from you. We don't want your platform rules. We don't want your uh your 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 login stats and we don't care about none of that shit. Just give us the games, and that's fair enough. That's all you need from us, really, is money. We give you money, you give us game, and we're cool. But you guys are too greedy. You got that communist mindset where it's just not enough. You have to try to come in and tell us what to do. It's like, no, dude, you have your own network to do that over. You got your own slave army. They'll do everything you say. They won't question a thing. They don't even ask for a refund. Why you gotta come over here and do that? Uh, this is why things were separate. Like, hey, the PC gamers are over here on the PC, and if okay, we just won't get that game. And if we want it that bad, we'll get a PlayStation or pirate it. It's just